Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them all. From people dropping a bomb to people putting up walls. I feel like life is on hold, perception stuck in a vault. I know that time can heal all, but how much time till we fall? It's awfully chilly outside when there's no shelter to hide. When everything is a lie, you'll find that out in some time. But when the things on your mind are all considered a crime, communication aside, we'll all just fight till we die. Is this an argument or just the start of it? Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it. Can I just get some space? I don't have the heart for this. I can't be picking up the pieces, fixing scars from this. Is this an argument or just the start of it? I wanna drive away so I can be so far from it. I wanna find a place where no one breaks their promises. Or maybe drown myself in something that is bottomless. Take me.
What is up? I hope everyone is doing great today, this Friday afternoon. Hope you had a decent week. I just hope everything's going good for you. Things are going all right for me. Doing pretty good. So welcome to the live stream. I'm glad you could join me. Let's see, we got Vlad. What's up, Vlad? Timberry, Paracord Princess, whoever else is in here. Welcome. Thank you for joining. The link is up top if you want to join. We're not doing videos today. We're just gonna be having a conversation about since it is voting season and all that. I thought we'd take a look at have a political discussion, talk about the past elections we've had and things like that. I want to have like a panel on that. But again, that only works if people come up here and have a panel. If not, that's okay. We can shut it down and I'll figure something to do and we'll try again next week or something. It's really no big deal. Hey, Internet God, how are you today? Hey, Pat Dagler, welcome. So yeah, let me see. I was gonna. Where is? No, that's not it. There it is. Yeah. Background music while we're chatting. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do here today. Hey, Sean. So yeah. No videos again today. We're just going to be, having a little political discussion, hopefully, if we can get people up here. The link is up top if you want to. So I guess while we're waiting for people to come on up, don't invite Tim. Vlad. That's mean. Oh, I think... Tim, are you there? Oh, what the hell? There we go. Hey, Tim.
Hello.
How's it going, buddy? How you doing this week?
So far so good. How about you, man?
Not bad at all. So you ready to have a nice little discussion here, huh?
Sure.
I think this will be interesting. We take a look at how the country has swung from the beginning until this last election. I mean, I think it'll be very interesting to see, people's take on it and, just what the facts, say, what the maps are telling us.
Well, did you see the whole hullabaloo about Zuckerberg being on Joe Rogan's show?
No.
Oh,
no,
geez.
What happened there?
No, he admitted that the FBI contacted, them, meaning Facebook, just after the Hunter Biden laptop thing. And everybody is just like, it's like one side thinks like Zuckerberg is throwing the FBI under the bus. And then, of course, Republicans are like saying, "Oh, this means that the FBI is corrupt," and it's like, poor FBI, huh?
Well, I don't feel bad for the FBI whatsoever. They've done such crazy, wicked crap that I don't feel bad for them whatsoever.
I mean, everyone wants to rename all these like buildings and government buildings and stuff. First thing they should do is rename the FBI building.
Yeah, he was a
We
bad.
all know who founded that,
Yeah,
right?
he was a bad dude too. He really
Right.
was. He was a real bad dude.
Where's the protest outside the FBI building?
Wait,
Get Hoover's name off.
have you seen the movie that they did about him?
No.
Yeah, Leo DiCaprio plays him, and man, it makes it all right.
Oh,
so,
J. Edgar.
So you got to take it with a grain of salt, obviously, but the movie made it seem like he was like blackmailing presidents and all that to keep him there.
Yeah.
So you stay. I'm like, well, if he really did that, we all know he had a lot of power, right? I don't know if he did that. I wouldn't put it past him though. I wouldn't, but still, you never know.
Yeah, it's nuts, and then go figure. Isn't FBI like a top-rated show on TV right now? It's like it's like a what do you call it? Regular TV show. It's not like an FBI watching the FBI. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's like a episodic drama.
Yeah,
yes, drama.
There you
drama.
go.
So, yeah,
episodic drama.
Yeah. I never watched that one. I like NCIS. That was a good one.
Yeah, I got a few episodes of that.
Say what you want about J. Edgar. He looked good in a great cocktail dress.
True that.
So again, just for people who are kind of waiting around or just getting here, again, we're going to have the conversation about the elections and stuff like that. No videos today. I'm waiting to get a few more people up here before we start because I don't want it to just be me and Tim. I'd say at least like 2 more people and we'll get going.
He doesn't want to be alone in a room with me.
No, I don't want to be in a room alone with Tim Berry. It's not something I want right now. Not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. I don't feel safe.
What would Glenn Serio yell out?
I need a medic.
I need a grown up.
He probably.
Oh man. And on what Internet God is saying too, from what I understand, Rita Hayworth was actually jealous of how J. Edgar looked in a set of heels.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't doubt that.
No.
Wouldn't doubt that at all. Wouldn't surprise me whatsoever.
We've gone from talking politics to cross-dressing.
Hey, we do it all here. We do it all.
Oh my God! Come on, people, come up.
Yeah, just like 2 more people won't get started. Because other than that, I'll just shut it. Because I like I said, I have no plan, and yeah, no plan at all. I didn't do any research on videos, so yeah, sorry.
Oh, and I guess the other big news is they released the redacted version of the affidavit.
Yeah. I haven't even taken a look at it, but I heard he already commented saying, oh, look at all this. They didn't even say, I don't know. But to be honest, nothing is going to be good enough. Nothing.
Right.
I mean, there's
either side though too.
No, either side. Nothing is going to be good. Now, I wouldn't put it past the FBI to do something illegal. Did they? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, I find it interesting, that supposedly the FBI had demanded that Mar-a-Lago stop their video cameras,
which is weird.
They refused.
It's really weird that they would ask him that.
Yeah,
it is really weird. I will say that's suspect.
And what was in Melania's closet, huh?
Why? I know. Why would you search the dress? That just I didn't understand that one. Like what? Why? Why? Just yeah, some of the things are really suspect. KK yeah, it was really.
Well, my
Really
theory is that like it was like a Monica Lewinsky moment. I think what people don't realize is I think Melania was secretly cheating on Trump with Biden, and unfortunately, one of the dresses had Biden on it. Like Bill Clinton.
Mhm.
I
Maybe.
know it's a stretch, but
Yeah,
there's so many other conspiracy theories. Why not?
so many. It's just it's oh what do you, so here we go, Tim. What are your thoughts on the Queen of Canada?
Who is the Queen of Canada anyway? I thought it was Queen Elizabeth.
No, there's a new Queen of Canada, and apparently she is she's a QAnon not spokesperson, but she represents it. Well, she claims she represents. I don't know if they want anything to do with her, but apparently she's announced she is the Queen of Canada, and she's actually said people should go out and arrest cops. And her and a bunch of followers tried to do that. And ask me if it worked out for them.
Did it work out for them?
No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
And have you seen some of those Canada cop videos? They don't take no shit, do they?
No, they don't.
I mean, you're not allowed to swear or yell. You can be arrested for that.
Yeah.
I saw they busted some guy. I think I was watching Parody Troll. Another great site, and yeah, and so like they basically arrested him for like yelling out, "You guys fucking suck!" And it's like, okay, you're going to jail, pal.
Right.
And he couldn't say anything about First Amendment rights or anything like that.
No, they don't exist. So I wonder what do they call their audits? The Canadian auditors. I wonder what they.
I know.
I wonder what they call them, because they can't call them 1A audits because they don't have the First Amendment.
I mean, geez.
What about the ones over on the pond in like England, Britain? There's a bunch over there too.
Kid at work told me that a guy actually got arrested in Britain for giving somebody anxiety.
What?
Maybe that's their version of harassment, or something. But yeah, he was actually charged with causing anxiety.
Oh, that is so sad. I weep for that one. Oh my. So what do you think? How do you feel? One of the really big news story that came out, what was it, the other day? The college tuition forgiveness. Wow.
Oh. Yeah, that's a rabbit hole, man.
Like, man, I don't agree with it because it is just going to create more taxes. Someone's going to have to fucking pay it.
Yeah.
That's just it. I mean, nothing is free. I mean, someone is going to have to pay it, and I sure as hell don't want to pay it.
And the there's a misconception out there that that people are going to be getting the checks in the mail.
Yeah,
no. All they're doing is crediting their accounts, because they can only impose that on the federal student loans, which are all held by the U.S. government now.
Yep.
So all they're doing is basically crediting their account.
So it's called the Charter of Rights, apparently, in Canada.
Ooh.
Okay.
Charter auditors? I don't know.
I'm in Moon, England, and have my mother-in-law arrested. Damn. There you go.
That's a good one.
That was. Oh, yeah. Crazy.
I'm still not sure what the penalty is for causing anxiety, but
you know what? Let me see if I can find the video of the Queen of Canada.
Oh God, yeah.
So I don't think you haven't seen that, right?
No, this is the first I've heard of it. I feel bad because I haven't called to pay my respects. But geez, I wasn't even invited to the inauguration. I mean, shit.
Let's see.
You know, here I am. I'm doing my best to create a bridge between the United States and Canada. And the Queen won't even take my call.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
Sean?
Is he muted?
Yeah, we can't hear you. No audio.
What?
No, still no audio, bud.
Go figure. He has no audio and I have no PBRs. This is not off to a good start, are we?
Meatballs, tuna sub. No, meatball. Meatball.
Ooh.
Oh, guess he's gonna try back. All right, let's see.
Tuna with cheese sub? Like a tuna melt on a sub?
You're listening to
So many possibilities.
All right.
But meatball too.
Yeah, no. I don't know what's going on with your audio. All right, let's see.
He's probably just trying to do this to ruse us, like you know, I'm gonna pretend like I'm talking and drive everybody crazy. Like, look at him! I got my reservation.
weekend.
All right, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
Nope, no audio still. Look at
it was
it.
like a little
It's
clip,
going.
like maybe a mic cord, maybe is no good or something.
Sean, we can't hear you.
You look lovely now.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Yeah, we need a sign language interpreter.
There we go.
All right, let's see. I found it. Let me see. While he figured out his audio. All right, here we go. Let me pause that stream music.
Sean O'Shea, a fine Irish name.
All right, here we go. Sean O'Shea.
A group of people called on others to go and arrest the police, members of the Peterborough Police Department. But in the end, it was some of those protesters who were arrested. At Peterborough's police station, an ordinary Monday. What unfolded here on Saturday was not. The weekly anti.
See, this guy tried to arrest these guys. They were having none of it. None of it.
Government protest downtown took a twist after this woman, Romana Didulo.
There she is, the Queen of Canada. Bow down to your queen, bitches.
I can't really see her.
In the motorhome, called on people to arrest members of the local police.
They 100%
Racial
believe
motorhome.
that they could arrest the police, and I wouldn't be surprised if they tried again.
A group went to Peterborough Police Headquarters, and some tried to carry out the wishes of a woman who calls herself the Queen of Canada. She's espoused anti-government, anti-vaccine views for months.
People really believe in what she says her followers do, to the point where they, quit paying their bills because she told them that they no longer have to pay them. And some are like,
I mean, real talk. She said, "Don't worry, people. You don't have to pay your bills." Well, really? I don't? Well, I'm not going to pay them now. And now they're fucked. I mean, it's comical, but it's sad, too, to see the power some people have over others, you know?
And it's amazing how
Eventually,
easily people... It's amazing how easily people just latch on to that. That's scary.
It is.
And some of the followers are worse than the people they follow.
True.
The protesters were arrested and held for a court appearance.
Not good. Not good.
Many in Peterborough have grown tired of the protests.
Stupid.
But arresting the police is something new.
The obstruction potentially of the police movement throughout the police departments is likely what caused the issue.
It's either insanity or it's treason.
But this University of Pittsburgh professor says this kind of government effort must be taken seriously, even if it appears on the fringes.
Yeah.
Yes, lady. If you just sit there, scream with this bewildered look in your face, they will not arrest you. Promise. This will work out for you.
Hey, Binary.
Right?
with some creation of their own. And I don't think we should ignore people who are making steps or strides to actually carry out these ideas.
This story is still developing. Just a little over an hour ago, the Peterborough Police Chief put out a video statement. They've now arrested a third suspect, a 31-year-old man charged with 3 charges in connection with what happened at the police station on the weekend, adding to 2 other men who were charged. They're in their 50s. Plus,
Okay, so she has a YouTube channel too. I kid you not. She has a YouTube.
Of course. I mean, why not, right?
Anyone can have a YouTube
one,
channel.
right?
All right, so
I like that poster 7. I'm betting her real last name is Bay.
on the weekend, a group of people called on others to go
Romana,
and arrest the
there
police,
she
members
is.
of the Peterborough Police.
All right, so here we go. Here she is. Let's see, where's her channel? Here it is. Here she is, guys.
Oh my god, I thought it said dildo.
So she has 5.54 thousand subscribers. That's right.
Wow.
Her average view, look, so her average view, she's getting about 23K here. Damn, okay.
Wow.
11K, 10K, 4.5, so blah 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 blah. Let's listen to one. Let's find a short one. But something that's really funny. See, I don't know French, so I'm not sure what any of these titles are.
Well, that'll make it funny in itself.
Let's see. Let's throw in. God, I hope she doesn't speak in French.
I wonder how Sean's making out.
I don't know. Is he still up?
Glad.
All right, so here we go. Let's just watch the latest one, huh? Comments are turned off, by the way.
To we the people of the Kingdom of Canada, I address
The Kingdom of Canada.
you today as your Commander-in-Chief and Queen. To the Russian and American people, I address you as the mediator between the United States and Russia.
Yeah, so she's
nice.
trying to, which, you know, I mean, honestly, if she's going to use her crazy, she's at least trying to use her crazy to help the world by, you know, being a mediator between, you know, everything that's going on there. So, you know what, I'm not going to fault her there, you know.
Hey, I remember like when, you know, everything was like going crazy with the 2016 election and stuff. I, you know, through, you know, the internet and stuff, I sent Vladimir Putin an email inviting him over, you know. Say, check us out. We're not all that bad. You know, we're not crazy like the political people.
Did he accept?
Well, I never heard back, but well, not from him. Secret Service, yeah. But
he was a great magazine. I posted something.
I remember we.
That's totally that's a guy reference right there. That is a guy reference.
Pertaining to Ukraine crises. I have been requested by the Commander-in-Chief of the United States Armed Forces to act as the mediator between Russia and the United States.
Does Joe know about that?
I must inform we the people.
I don't think Joe knows much about what's going on. They just kind of tell him, well, you need to sign this. Oh, okay. Should I read it? Oh, don't worry about that. It's nothing important. It's just, you know.
Okay, waving off the podium. Oh, I wasn't supposed to read that.
That's the wrong way, Joe. That's the wrong way. You're left.
All of the Kingdom of Canada, that as part of my negotiation with the Commander-in-Chief of the United States Armed Forces, I have requested.
Yeah, Mel, anybody can come on up. Yeah, if you want to come up. We're just taking a look at this video real quick. The real show, we're going to be talking politics and things like that. So, yeah, anyone feel free to come on up. Just hit the link.
That Queen Romana of the Kingdom of Canada be provided an aircraft.
Is that French? That doesn't look French. What is it? What language is that? What do you think? Maybe someone knows. That doesn't look French to me. But then again, I don't really.
I think it's Moorish. I studied that. I studied it abroad for a couple semesters.
I do like the sword over the Canadian leaf there, and look, she kind of like split it up, so it's a lot different. Well, she won't get trademark infringement, right? Wait, trademark. Wait, is our flags trademark?
I don't know.
That's a good question, huh?
Bearing the flag of the Kingdom of Canada and with the call sign Queen Romana, for short QR1, as we travel to Moscow or St. Petersburg, Russia. In addition to that, I have requested military escort from the United States and Russia to ensure that we, the people of the Kingdom of Canada, are assured of the safety and protection of their queen. Furthermore, I have requested that my 14 or 13 staff accompany me to St. Petersburg, Russia, or wherever I must travel to facilitate mediation between Russia and the United States. I will now lay down the concerns from both Russia and the United States. From the United States, we have the concern. This is, I am addressing as the mediator, directing it to Russia. These questions must be answered. Number one, the discovery of mass grave in Ukraine. Number two, the port of Odessa. The Russian military must remain east of the port of Odessa.
Because they're just going to go ahead and do what she wants, right?
Well, I mean, okay. Now, I'm playing devil's advocate here, and keep in mind, I have no alcohol in my system, so I may not be thinking straight. Okay. Yeah, we're laughing at her and stuff, but ideally, some of her ideas are actually pretty spot on, aren't they?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, maybe a little bit, but I mean, nobody's going to take her seriously. She's nobody. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean,
but it's just funny that the craziest person in the room is the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah, she makes a little sense, a little.
I like the hat.
Hey, Mel, how are you?
How you doing?
Oh, hey, Mel.
Doing all right.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, can you turn down your TV, man? We can hear it in the background.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm just trying to hook up to my headset here.
Okay.
So this lady, I don't know if you know much about her. She also thinks she's an alien, right?
Yep, she does. She does.
Have you heard about this?
Yes.
It's just crazy.
Yes, and yeah, it's like I can't remember what the alien race is, but apparently it's historical. She's not the only one to claim to be this species of alien either. So
yeah,
I mean, if you are bored one night and you have time, go down this rabbit hole. It is a good read.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's this one was just hilarious, and the people that have been caught on to this whole thing is like, of course, a lot of them are new people to Canada, so they don't quite know what's going on, and they're basically losing their houses, their cars, everything. It's just ridiculous.
Are you Canadian, by the way?
Yes, I am. I'm trying to get rid of her. I'm trying to send her to the U.S. You guys take her.
Hey.
No,
don't try that.
We have enough Canadians over here.
No kidding. I'm on with Dutch a lot, and we talk about her all the time, and she's just a nutcase.
She is.
I haven't talked to Dutch in a long time.
Yeah, right? All right, let's continue this.
Number three, the port of Odessa must remain under the control of we the people of Ukraine for their economic prosperity. Number four, the exchange and facilitation of the release and exchange of prisoners of war between the two countries to be supervised by Queen Romana of the Kingdom of Canada.
So she's personally going to say, now, Mr. Putin, hand out your hand. She's going to slap it and say, bad Putin, give those prisoners back. She's going to do the same. Then she's going to do the same to Biden, and they're just going to be like, I'm sorry, and it's all going to be over.
Hey, give her this. She's an idealist.
She is.
You know?
Oh, definitely, for sure that.
But it's like if you cut the last sentence off of every paragraph she says, where she, says as the Queen of Canada. If you cut off that last sentence off every paragraph, everything makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't know who she was, she cut off all that. She just came up, people like, oh my God, this woman is one of the only people that's talking any kind of sense and all this stuff. Yeah, but because she's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, no one's gonna take her seriously.
Well, but at least she's
and
not
the funny thing is,
L. Ron Hubbard. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think it was like 5 months ago, she had put out death threats against anybody who had was vaccinating people, like basically nurses and doctors. Yeah. She wanted them killed.
I heard about that.
And it caused a whole ripple effect on him.
Dude, I'm telling you, Tim. Go down that rabbit hole. Go down the rabbit
hole. Oh, yeah. Well, the funny thing was, this whole thing happened. Peterborough is like, I'd say about an hour and a half outside of Toronto. And it's like Elmira, New York. That's how small it is. It's not very, very big. But the thing is, as soon as the police came out and started grabbing people, she took off. She was gone. Like, out of here.
You pulled a PayPal Patrick.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Now I will present to you the concerns from Russia. Concerns directed to the United States. Number one, the weapons from the West delivered to Ukraine, thereby provoking World War III.
Wait. No. She is completely confused on this. They invaded, then we gave them weapons. It wasn't the other way around. Get your facts straight, lady. And we're not in World War III. I mean, I think we're the closest we've been in a long time, but I don't think we're going to get there, honestly.
No.
Well, no. I mean, Mel, I'm not sure if you remember back in the 80s.
Unfortunately, yes.
I mean, geez, you remember, like, Sunday nights, we did that one Sunday night, we didn't have to, like, go to any, like, function or anything. We all had to watch the day after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, and that was terrifying shit, man.
Oh, sure was. Well, even the 70s was like that, even with the Cold War and everything. I even remember part of that as a kid, worrying about things and, not knowing what's going on. And I mean, a lot of it now is just prattle and talk. That's all it is.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys had them in Canada in, the 70s and 80s and stuff. But I remember, like, in my elementary school, there were signs, on a first floor that actually said fallout shelter with an arrow.
Mm.
Yeah, we didn't have anything like that, but we had the drills, though. We had the drills where you had to, get everybody into a room and worry about things like that. But nothing along like fallout shelters.
Yeah, my mom would tell me about how when she was a kid going to school that they had, the bomb drills, the nuclear bomb drills and things like that. Mm-hmm. When I started going to school, we didn't have that. So just thought it was interesting. Yeah.
Listen, we have a nuclear war. The worst part for Canada is we're right between Russia and the United States. We're screwed.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Trudeau wants to build that wall between Canada and the U.S.
What do you think? What do you think of Trudeau? What is your?
I really don't want to say.
Okay, fair enough.
We don't have enough hours on this show. He's just, you know what? He is just basically living on his dad's laurels because of his name. The guy, as far as I'm concerned, is an idiot. He doesn't know his ass from the hole in the ground, to be honest.
Fair enough. Though
that kind of sounds like Cuomo down here.
yeah, pretty much.
Though to his credit, he did catch Melania's eye. She lit up when she met him.
Oh yeah,
or Donald. Poor Donald. She lit up. It was funny. And everyone, remember when that happened? Everyone was like, "Oh my God, look at Melania and how she's, and all this." And they all, and it's funny because they like to play. I feel kind of bad for Trump when it comes with Melania, right? Because you could tell sometimes they be getting off the plane and he tries to hold her hand. She like moves away. It's like, damn, horrible.
Yeah, but the funny thing is with Trudeau, he'll go to all the big meetings, right, whether G7, G8, or anything along those lines, UN. And as soon as he walks in, all the dignitaries just look at him, look like him that he's a little kid. They just turn away and walk away from him. He's just not taken seriously.
No. Well,
And I mean, as far as Melania, I mean, come on, the guy's a handsome dude. I mean,
Yeah,
even
no,
I give him a second look if he walked into a room. Damn.
Yeah, you can't take that away from the kid. But again, the theory is his mom was a bit of a liked to bounce around and stuff like that. She was with Rod Stewart and things like that. If you ever did, one of the conspiracy theories is he's really Fidel Castro's son. Take a look at young Fidel and take a look at young Trudeau, and you tell me who he looks like.
Oh damn! Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's hilarious. It's a huge thing up here in Canada.
Wow, that's funny. That's funny. All right, let's continue.
Provocation of war. Issue number 2, the recognition of the 2 provinces that separated from Ukraine. Issue number 3, the release of the prisoners of war, exchanged again to be monitored and supervised by Queen Romana of the Kingdom of Canada.
Again, you cut out that last
Issue number 4.
Makes sense.
The humanitarian corridor used by estimated to be 132,000 Ukrainians who evacuated via this humanitarian corridor either to Russia and other parts of Ukraine. Issue number 5 from Russia, or concerns from Russia, is who is the Commander-in-Chief of the United States Armed Forces. And I can tell you, it is not Joe Biden. So to the people of the Kingdom of Canada and the world, I am now serving as your peace and prosperity mediator between the United States and Russia, while remaining as the always Queen and Commander-in-Chief of Canada.
All right, so there you go. There is your queen. Now, as a Canadian, does she prefer a bow, or I mean, what do you do when she walks by you? Like, do you bow? Do you curtsy?
No, I just keep on walking. I'm like, no, I'm not going to give you a loony or a toonie, but you can still wipe my windows. That's no problem.
I feel like nice hat.
Well, the funny thing was, she travels across Canada in an RV, which almost got repossessed. So she's basically a chili,
Well, because she doesn't have to pay the bill, remember?
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Oh my God. Yeah, you honestly, Kenny's right. You got to go down this rabbit hole with this woman. It is quite an interesting thing to watch.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
What I think I'll do is I'll take your advice. I will go down that rabbit hole, but I'm going to wait till like after work tomorrow night, since I'm going to be up all night anyway after work, and then I'll like binge on it. Or is that a dangerous thing?
No, binge on it. Binge on it. Binge on it, but make sure you have a few PBRs.
Or some gummies.
Yeah, it'll make it a lot more enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
How about peyote? Oh.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. If you do that, you might start believing her. Like, she's got some great points.
I be talking to the mouse, come on, computer, move.
Okay, so there we go. That was the Queen of Canada. Today, if for anybody that's just joining us, I don't really have a plan. We were simply just discussing some things, and we decided to watch a little video on her. I'm looking for at least one more person to come on up here, and then we can start what I want to do with the show. Now, this will be interesting for you, Mel, because you being Canadian, you don't really have a dog in their fight in any of our elections. So you can look at all this from a very non-partisan, non-biased view and take a look at what you think. So,
yeah, I agree. I agree, but I'm a political junkie, so I do watch a lot of the United U.S. Elections and everything like that. I'm very avid in that stuff. So, yeah, I do like watching it because the politics in your states it is interesting because I think it's just two groups that are just trying to they're going in two different directions instead of trying to get together. It's kind of weird.
And, well, you gotta give her credit. She was kind of spot on about the remark about, like, they don't know who our commander in chief is. Because I mean, I have people in the house who are arguing the same thing.
Well, and that's the thing. I have a friend of ours that's from Ireland has come here, and her girlfriend's up here, and she's from San Francisco. She's a Democrat, and we had this conversation talking about it, and it's just amazing, like, your Roe versus Wade right now type of thing that's going on, and some of the other avenues that have gone. It's pretty crazy,
What I find interesting about our politics is, like, they each talk. The Republicans talk about how they want less big government, right? And in some aspects they do, but then they want more government oversight over other aspects of our daily life and things like that, for things that they do, while the Democrats want the same thing for more things that they want to do. They both want more government oversight. It's just they want it on different things. And, it's hard for them to come together, and and it's funny, the one thing that did bring us together was 9/11. I mean,
correct.
It took, that was like the fastest in my lifetime I've seen government operate.
Yeah. For sure. Most definitely.
And I mean, it's hard to remember now, but Giuliani really stepped up, and he was battling cancer too at the time.
Yeah.
Well, he stepped up when he was back in the 70s, was it? When he took on the mob
from New York,
when he took on the mafia. I mean, now I don't know if maybe the fact that that had something to do with his mental capacity, because he's a little cray now. I mean,
yes,
God bless him for everything that he did, for our country and for the criminal justice system and things like that. But he's just he's lost a step or two, just like Biden. Biden's lost a step or two.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, the funny thing is with Giuliani is, I mean, he basically during 9/11 was the face of the United States. The way he took control of everything, people if the elections were happening and he said he wanted to be president, he would have been president, because what he did there was amazing. Right? And now he's drank the Kool-Aid and he's got a little off track.
And the thing is, I think were it not for I believe it was prostate cancer, it was well documented. If not for that, he may have become like a possible 2004 candidate. You never know.
No, you're right. Yeah.
I mean, I think his popularity, totally shot over Bush's at that time.
Well, the biggest thing I find now is that, especially with you guys, like on YouTube, and I love watching YouTube now because I find that I get a better, concise thought process of what is really going on compared to when you go to the media, because the media is so left or right, and you're now seeing what's going on in CNN, where all these guys are being dumped because it's like, we've got to get back to reporting the news.
No. They're not being dumped for that. They're being dumped because CNN has a new owner. They got bought by a Republican.
Oh no! Oh, did he really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Well, see, and there's an issue there, but that's the biggest thing is like I watched the Depp versus Heard case, and I was like just totally affixed with that. And the biggest thing, oh yeah, that was crazy. But the thing was, you got a truer picture of what was really going on in the courtroom compared to what you would hear in the news. It's just crazy. And now people have become so used to like a 15 little minute snippets with either TikTok or YouTube or anything along those lines. News is becoming redundant.
Yeah.
Oh, and if I could just interject real quick in the chat, Internet God was just mentioned the yogurt wasn't fat free. He's referring to the episode of Seinfeld that Giuliani was on.
Oh,
You remember that
Oh.
when the fat free yogurt supposedly
Yeah.
swayed the New York election?
yeah.
And the first thing my administration's going to do, I promise you, is to find out if this yogurt is really fat free.
That's
Okay,
right. I
I
agree
got
with
you.
that.
Yeah.
He had a sense of humor.
See, and that's my biggest problem with the media. Like, I end up having to watch both. Like I watch the Young Turks so I can get because to me they're definitely biased, but
Yes.
they're not completely and utterly, they'll tell you when Biden or the Democratic Party does something horrible, which is what I like about them, right? And then I'll either watch Fox. I've been watching a lot of Newsmax lately, and oh my God, they're worse than Fox.
No,
Really?
When it comes to the bias, when it
there are
comes to
some
the
crazy
bias,
ones out there.
when it comes to the bias, they are. So I watch them both, and I take each one with a grain of salt, and I'll watch like the same story on both sides, so I can get a better understanding of what's really going on. Because there is no news agency nowadays that just gives you the facts straight down the line. They have to throw in their 2 cents. Which, hey, God let them. That's fine. But at least let me know all the facts, so I can become to a informed opinion.
I like Christopher O'Connor's comment. Wayne Gretzky would be a better leader than the Queen of Canada.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
And all I have to say, Christopher, is I'm not so sure about that. You saw what he did to the Phoenix Coyotes, right, in the NHL?
Yeah,
Yes,
true. Fair enough.
man.
Anna's not too bad on Poster 7. She'll actually condemn Biden and crap. But yeah, a lot of them on there are way left, and not just left. They are freaking oh God, they're liberal, not liberal. Yeah, but no, they're just they're way too liberal and progressive.
Well, isn't the definition of liberal? Isn't the definition of liberal of you're willing to listen to both sides of the argument?
Yeah.
I'm kind of liberal in my thinking,
Well, and just
there are no more liberals.
I guess if you want news without too much bias, you're gonna really you have to go back to local news. You have to watch the local news stations.
Yeah, I agree.
That's about as fair as you're gonna get.
But even that gets so sensationalized as well. And that's the problem. Is everybody needs the ratings. So if you want to get good ratings, you got to sensationalize it a little bit, and that's what really bothers me, where you don't get that on YouTube or anything along those lines, because you just get basically a story, right? People talking about things. Like this.
The other thing they got going against them too, the local media, is they can never get the goddamn weather right.
Yeah.
Young turkeys, come on, they will fry your brain quicker than CNN. I prefer them over CNN or MSNBC, and plus I think Anna is pretty fucking hot. So
that's what really matters, right?
It is.
That's why Trudeau keeps getting reelected, right?
We just don't have anybody that can go against them or compete against them.
Well, how many times can he run? Can he run as many times as he wants?
Yeah, as many times as you want. Yeah, you get 4 to 5 years depending on what you want to do. Unless you're in a minority government, and that depends on if you get called on the floor because you've done something wrong, and then you go from there. And if you get a majority, well, then you're in for 4 years, and you're suckers, and you just get killed, But right now, the conservatives,
festival.
yeah, with you guys have got Republican, Democrat, and probably independents. We have we have conservatives, liberals, NDP, PPC party, French group. I can't think of the Bloc de Québécois, and about a bazillion other people.
Wow!
Right? Oh yeah, it's crazy. So it's just, and you don't vote for the prime minister. You vote for the party who is in your riding. Where in the States, it's a little bit different, right? You're voting for the president and then whoever you want in Congress, or correct, isn't it? Or how does that work? You know,
May, that's a great point. And I think
You said it better.
not just YouTube, but social media has really changed the news cycle and how news is reported.
Yes.
Just the the advent of cable television was the beginning of it, and then social media, Facebook. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Although I gotta admit, I don't have TikTok myself, but the kids at work, they love TikTok. They were showing me some videos, and there's some funny shit on there.
Now, Fox does have some good-looking women. Like, I like who's that crazy blonde chick? Which one? I know which one.
Megan Kelly.
No. The younger. She had a show on. Oh shit! What is her fucking name? She tried to go to war against.
Is it Anna?
The Daily Show guy. No, I'm talking about Fox News.
Dana Perino?
No. She's blonde, young, like.
Oh, the young college age girl.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. She had I
know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I can't think of her name for the
I
life
keep
of me.
forgetting. Shoot.
Anyway, but
And if I try to log on to the Fox thing, then I'll get disconnected from StreamYard, and I wouldn't want to deprive you guys of that.
But the reason I watch Fox in the morning because I like the what is that show they have with Kate Kennedy on? Oh my God, Kennedy!
I used to love Kennedy, even back in the day. I still do.
Yeah, she's great on that show too, and she's not bad. She's not like super like horrible not horrible, but she's not like super conservative. She has some good points. I mean, there's some things I don't agree with her on, but I mean, there's some things I do agree with her on. I agree with some conservatives on certain things, and I agree with some Democrats on certain things. I'm really in between. Like, I do believe that we need to secure our borders because we do. It's a problem.
And we secure our border with the United States for 4 months, and then the snow melts, and then we're back to being open again. So, it's pretty easy up here.
See, now it's bugging me. What was that chick's name? You guys talk. I'm gonna try and figure this out.
Okay.
I know. I'm trying to figure it out too. And it's like a really sexy name too. I'm not trying to be sexist, but it's a really sexy name. Not Emily, is it?
No.
I know exactly who you're talking. Oh my God.
What is her name? It's like. No, it's not Megan Kelly.
No. Yeah, because she's not on Fox anymore.
What was her name? It was like.
Oh, speaking of Megan Kelly, I heard she dropped an F-bomb on her podcast.
Oh. What do you guys think of this Marjorie? What's her name? Marjorie Green, whatever her name is.
Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, she just says some of the weirdest things. She really does.
Yeah, she's the queen of QAnon.
And man, you're right. I've seen Sky News Australia. They're really good.
Yeah, Sky News is good.
I haven't tried them.
Yeah, I've watched Sky News. They have some good stuff that they come on there, and they call everybody out. They don't hold back.
So where did Megan Kelly end up go? She left Fox and went where?
She started her own thing. I think she went to like NBC at first, for like a weekly show, and then I don't know. I think she's doing her own like YouTube or podcast or something.
Okay. Good for her. That seems to be the best and newest way. People are going away from the big networks and starting their own thing. And kudos to them for doing that.
Well, I mean, it's like Bill O'Reilly. I saw, I kid you not, I saw a couple weeks ago. He was given a quote and everything, and he said that he's made more money since he left Fox than when he was at Fox.
Oh wow.
If you believe
Oh
that.
wow.
He has a huge podcast. And, the guy writes books like, at the speed of Stephen King. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Look at Joe Rogan.
Tommy Laren.
You know, Joe Rogan was unbelievable as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
But Kenny,
I love listening to Rogan.
Kenny, Internet God just put it. Tommy Laren.
Yes, her. Yes. That's who I'm talking about. Yes, her. Yeah, God, yeah, she's a little cutie. Definitely. Crazy, but a cutie.
Well, those are the best ones, right?
No, not always, but sometimes, yes.
It's like, if I ever met her, I would just be like, how would you like to be my next ex-wife?
Sky News Australia, they do cover America pretty well, but they're biased as hell, too.
Mm.
Yeah, the thing is, though, they hate everybody.
True.
Australians are really miserable people. Olivia Newton-John was like an anomaly. I think that's why they pushed her out front so much. I could be wrong.
Lauren
But it seems like Australia gets the shaft from the rest of the world, though.
She's pretty crazy, too. Well, it was a few weeks ago. Let's see. Let me see if I can remember what Marjorie Taylor Greene said. She said something just really, really out there. I remember what it was. It floored me. I was just like, really? And everyone clowned her for it. It was hilarious. I'm like, did she really say that? Let's see.
Yeah, she's like one of those ones. I guess she's really MAGA all the way.
Which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, but just like try to not say stupid things. Like just be mindful of what you say.
Yeah. It's like what they tell Biden before he goes up to the press. Remember, don't say anything stupid.
Yeah,
that's why I think they've got him with sunglasses on now, so he doesn't see anybody in front of him.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump, I think they did a service for our country simply because they are showing that the regular everyday person can get into politics. It doesn't simply have to be a politician. And unfortunately, and I think the politicians are really upset with Trump because of that fact. That, wait a minute, you mean people we're not going to be able to control are coming in here? People that have their own mind, their own goals, their own dreams are coming in here? It's not him himself. It's the idea that he brings with him, in my opinion.
I'll tell you, I happened to be in Florida when he won, and it was quite amazing because I'd walk up to talk to people and things like that. And the thing was that he came in and basically showed politicians as just talking heads. And when he came in, he just came in and told people, like, "Hey, I'm here for you because I know what it's like to work." I'm like, "No, you're not. You have no idea what it's like to work." But he because he was on The Apprentice, he had all those shows, he was able to resonate with people, and he made people start to think a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit too much in some areas, but that's what he did.
Yeah.
And
what kills me is people actually thought he was going to have Mexico pay for the wall. Anybody who thought that is just, the belief that we say that's like, really? You really think he's going to be able to do that?
Well, see, the thing, excuse me, I remember, that and everything like that. And, even he admitted, later, of course they weren't just going to fork over the money. They were going to get the money from Mexico in the form of excise taxes.
Yeah.
That's basically what they were going to do, so, and Mexico paid for it.
And look what he did with the UN and NATO for you guys. It's like, why are we paying all this money?
Yeah.
Right. And it's honestly, it's not a bad thing in some ways.
Oh. And May, I saw your comment about what does the panel think of the FBI telling Zuckerberg to pull the Hunter Biden story? Ooh. Yeah, that's what I mentioned right off the top, right, Kenny?
Yeah, we were talking about that. It is crazy. It's no good either. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. The FBI is dirty as hell. I mean, they've been dirty for a long, long time. This is nothing new. They do what they want. I mean, yeah, it's horrible. Look who founded them and look what he did. It shouldn't be a shock to anyone.
No. And it's funny, like with that, and I don't know much about the Zuckerberg. I've been just hearing about it lately with us. But the Hunter Biden, there's a lot of stuff in there that could probably come out. You know,
A lot of stuff already has come out.
yeah. And like, look at Adam Schiff, what he did with Trump back at the beginning there. You know, saying about the collusion, the Russians, and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, afterwards, he had to backtrack a little bit, even though he did admit to it.
Even though he has
had to
proof.
backtrack. Yeah, I have proof. Show it to us.
He did it every goddamn week, didn't he?
Yeah.
I have irrefutable proof.
Yeah.
And now today, I guess he was bitching because he was concerned that the January 6th thing, you know, the hearings that they got wouldn't be finished till after the midterms. So he's really upset about that for some reason. He wants it over with before the midterms.
Of course he does.
You know, because I mean, let's face it, it's just going to make Trump look bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, let's be serious.
I honestly think your guys' midterms, when it comes to November, I do think the Republicans are going to have a lot of seats.
They might.
I think it's going to change a little bit. It's going to be a bit of a shock for a lot of people.
I think it always shifts though. You know, when we have a Democratic president, usually the Senate and House are more Republican. Just it kind of even. I mean, because people get tired of Democratic policies. Get tired of Republican policy. It just switches. But one thing I will say that the Republican Party has mastered. They have mastered the long game. You know, they have mastered the long game. I mean, Trump did a magnificent job in putting who he needed to put in the Supreme Court, right? Here's the thing. I know why he did it. He had to fulfill one of his campaign promises about Roe versus Wade. I mean, he had to, or else he, would have not gotten reelected.
Right.
But I don't think the Supreme Court should be politicized. Your pick should be a political move. I think it's a mistake. But at the same time, the Democrats opened that can of, for lack of a better term, can of worms when Roe versus Wade did win. I mean, they opened the door to this sort of thing, and now it's just happening to them in reverse. They had 80, 90, they had about 40 years to get Roe versus Wade codified. They didn't do it.
No.
Well, now they're paying the price for it.
You're exactly right. Because let's face it, Kenny, if they got the job done on anything that they talk about, what the hell are they going to campaign on?
Yep, that's true.
I'm going to repeal this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that so this doesn't happen again, and, what happens when you actually do it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's face it, a lot of people hate Trump. I get it. Oh, thanks, Sasquatch. I like that. Emperor. Anyway, Trump was like, I forgot what I was going to say. Like in the Middle East. Look what he did in such a short amount of time in the Middle East. For like his entire term, nothing happened except for a couple of rockets getting tossed over the Israeli dome and vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Was he the first president not to have a war?
Yep.
Yeah. Like, honestly, as bad as everybody thinks he is and as crazy as you think he is, there were a lot of things that made sense, which you kind of think, and you know what, maybe not as a president, but as interior minister or something like that, he'd be amazing because he's got the business savvy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And you guys
talking about Trump, right?
Yeah.
He's not the greatest businessman. He's gone bankrupt.
No, you're right. Yeah, true. But he thinks business.
No, he does, and I agree with you. But I don't think he'd be very good in that aspect, just because of his personality. He doesn't like to be told what to do. He likes to surround himself with yes men, and I think that in politics. Yeah. I think he thought that that's how politics work. Not really. Politics, and most politicians are puppets to like big companies. And
true.
He's not. And that's what's cool. That's good. That made him, different from the, politicians we are used to, and makes them fear him. But at the same time, you know, it's like it's I don't know, just you have to be. It's give and take. If you believe you're right on something, fine, but you also have to be able to say, you know what, my bad, you were right. I don't think he's ever been told that he's not right on something and believed it. He's like, no, I'm going to prove you wrong, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's the old hold my beer.
Which is a great thing to have as a businessman, but not as a politician.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
And let's face it, you know, the guy has been in business for what, 50 odd years now, and they have never been able to make anything stick. You know, they've wanted to put him in jail for so many years, back when he was just a realtor in New York City. You know, they wanted to put him in jail for being a slumlord back then. But, you know, everyone talks about, you know, the Teflon Don.
Yeah.
You know, but this guy is made of Teflon too. I mean, for some reason, they just keep missing the mark. You know, and it's like William Shatner in Star Trek 2. Bakan, you keep missing the mark. You know? And, you know, one thing, you know, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of, is that back in the 30s, Joe Kennedy was the first head of the SEC.
Yeah.
Now, do you know why he was the first head of the SEC? Because FBI realized this guy knows all the loopholes and everything about, you know, the stocks and everything.
That's Sasquatch.
You know, that this is the guy I would want.
I love this comment, Sasquatch. You're absolutely spot on with this comment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You like roboting, Tim.
Am I?
You're roboting a little bit. All right, so this comment is great. And honestly, if Trump had won the presidency, I don't think we'd be having this issue in Russia. Not because he's in bed with Putin, but because Putin knows that Trump wouldn't be doing what Biden's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we didn't have an issue. And I don't think China would be making this big deal either over us going to Taiwan. You know,
Ukraine certainly wouldn't have been an issue.
No, I agree. I don't think Ukraine would be an issue if Trump were president because of that fact that people knew that, you know what, he won't bluff. If he says he's gonna do something, he's gonna do that shit.
Oh yeah.
And you know, in past history, you know, presidents have always consulted with prior presidents on certain issues. I think that once the Ukraine thing started happening, I think Biden should have put aside his animosity and just, you know, extend the olive branch to Trump and say, hey, look, I don't care if you're in bed with Putin. Get him to stop. And Trump would have got him to stop.
Now, here's Adam has a question. Which First Amendment author would run for president? Now, I think Chile would run. I don't think he wouldn't win. But also, I think James Freeman would run. I absolutely think that if given the opportunity, he would run.
You know, I'm torn as far as I don't know if Will would run.
I don't think Will would run. Will doesn't like government. He wouldn't run.
Yeah, you know, he would probably equate it to selling out. I'll give him credit for that. But I'm sure his criminal record doesn't help either.
What? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
January 6th. That was horrible, man.
And you know what? I watched it on C-SPAN, and there was no commentary.
I watched this great documentary on it, and it showed like actual people's footage that were in there, and man, the things that they did to those police officers was horrible. You know, it was sad, and the way it all happened, it was almost like naturally it happened. Like they were at the thing. Trump said, you know, and you guys should go on down there. I'll be down there, and then they went down there, and one thing led to another. Someone got pushed into the guardrail, and all hell broke loose after that.
Oh God, Adam! Don't even type stuff like that on the internet. Jesus.
So
Door in 10 minutes. What are you
Kenny,
trying-
Tim, guys, thanks a lot for letting me come on. I really appreciate it. I'm on my way to Niagara Falls for a ball tournament. I will be listening, but I really appreciate you guys letting me bring it on, and it's a great show to listen to.
No
Yeah,
problem.
it was great to hear your stuff about Canada too.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot. I'll try and hop on another time sometime with you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you're right. It wasn't a whole lot of people. Well, actually, no, a lot of people. Well, yeah, it was a tiny fraction that actually went inside the Capitol. But let's be honest. There's only so much that would be able to go in there anyway. I mean, I think there were like, how many people were there at least? Probably, would you say like maybe 10,000, 15,000 people were there?
Well, there were two rallies. There was one right there at the Capitol, but there was another one that was down the block, and that's the one that Trump was at.
Yeah.
And they were both going on at the same time, apparently.
Oh, okay.
And the people at the Trump rally, they were interviewing them on C-SPAN again. They had no idea what was going on at the Capitol. Trump may have known, but the people in the crowd did not know that there was a riot going on at, the Capitol.
Well, there's a debate on whether he knew, whether he didn't know. I mean, honestly, unless he tells us, I don't think we're ever gonna know, because I don't trust the January 6th commission. I don't trust anybody that's working for Trump to tell the truth. And
right.
That's just one of those things that we're honestly never gonna know unless we can someone invents time travel, and then we can figure it out from there. Now, here's the question: if somebody does invent time travel, right? Could you be prosecuted for a crime proven while time traveling, like a crime in the past?
Oh, there was a Tom Cruise movie about that.
No, different. It was precog. Remember, it was precog.
Oh, okay, yeah, precognition.
This is different. This is go back time, and obviously, I'm just curious. What do you think? Do you think that if, let's say, Tim, you killed Vlad, right? You got away with it. And then 20, 30 years later, you're an old Tim Berry. You're a little Walker. You're like,
I feel like an old Tim Berry now.
the police knock on the door and say, we use time travel to prove that you killed Vlad. And they arrest you. Do you think if time travel does come about to be real, what would be the legal problems with arresting someone using time travel as evidence?
Oof. Well, this is the paradox. Wouldn't them going back in time travel, to see if I did the crime, shouldn't they have been obligated to stop it? And then wouldn't that change history?
That's the thing, though. I mean, I guess it depends. We'd have to set parameters on what you can do, because there are, in some time travel theories and stories, you can't interact with what happened in the past, right? Because if you change it, you would have never went back in the first place. So you can't change it. Well, you shouldn't be able to change it. I can't say you can't, because I don't know, but
I mean, I suppose, if you were to be, like, say, an observer, in an observer capacity, I mean, like, you would show, like, video at a trial, now, right?
Oh, see? Fourth Amendment violation. Do they have a warrant to travel back in time to watch me? Now, if you were in public... if you were in public, and also... Does what you did on, let's say, January 4th in 1943, is that really a Fourth Amendment protected activity? Hard to say, right?
Yeah, that day in 43, I was at spa down the street. I didn't do anything.
Because I mean, if your past is a Fourth Amendment violation, then I don't know.
Weird. I like Vlad's idea. How about if Tim just doesn't kill me?
For the sake of this story, no. He killed you for the sake of this argument.
Oh my God, that was a good one.
If I got to argue with my great grandfather, at the time, would I be typing right now? Well, no, you'd be arguing, and you wouldn't know about. Well, I don't know. See, it's just it's all theory, obviously, but I just thought it'd be fun to think about.
Why did you kill Vlad? Hypothetically asking.
Yeah, why did you hypothetically kill Vlad? Did it have something to do with the mini horses? Did he do something?
Undoubtedly, I have no doubt in my mind. It would have to have something to do with the mini horses.
That makes sense. I got you. I feel
And
you.
I think I don't know if it was Adam who mentioned earlier that like if I was in power, I would build a Death Star. Somebody said something about that, and I'm like, yep. And you know what? I put Chili in charge of it because Chili was talking about how people. He actually had this on his live stream the other day. That there were innocent people who died on a Death Star. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah. Maybe we were not.
The argument from the first Clerks movie.
We're not saying Trump was a bad president. I don't think he was a horrible president at all. I think he did some good things. He just wasn't a normal. He just wasn't one of our normal presidents. But again, I think that is a good thing because we need to change. And here's what I pray that will happen with politics. I pray that either the progressives will break off from the Democratic Party and form a third party, or I pray that the Trumpers will break off and form a third party. I honestly think a third party will help our country. I know many people are saying, "Oh no, it's just going to split votes." But I think that could be a good thing because it gives you more choices. Not now Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell, these people that are guaranteed usually in, might not be so guaranteed because now there's more people that are vying for his job, his or her job.
Well, aren't they talking about McCarthy? I guess is in line to become the next minority if the Republicans don't win. In other words, McConnell's out.
Maybe, and Pelosi's stepping down too. I heard a speaker.
A speaker, yeah.
Gosh, she just needs to fucking retire already. Go away.
Oh. And you're from California, so you can speak to that.
I mean, seriously. I mean, I was in elementary school when she got elected. I remember it was her and Barbara Boxer, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is a great day for women and all this." I'm like, "Oh, cool, right on." And here I am, an adult, and she's still there. Like, go away.
It's like the prom date you were forced to take to the prom because she couldn't find another date, and she still won't let go.
Yeah.
I didn't know that never happened to me. I actually did get fixed up for the prom.
We talked about this earlier, Tim. Adam. I don't like it because it's just gonna increase taxes, and one, I think if you couldn't afford it, don't get it. I can't go to the store and get a big thing of ground beef and say, let me put it on loan, and then not pay my that loan back and say, can I just get forgiven for that? It doesn't work like that. I have no problem with them asking for this and trying to get it, but what bothers me is they're complaining that it wasn't enough. It's like, they didn't fucking have to take off anything. Fuck you. You're lucky they did what they did. Don't be fucking greedy. That's what pisses me off. The fact that they're like, well, he could have did more. It's like, he didn't have to do what he did.
And people forget. Don't forget that the country is still under a rent moratorium. Mm-hmm. That's been going on for over a year now, year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen when that's up? Are they going to have to pay the back balance, or is the government just going to take care of it?
Yeah, rent is freaking gone crazy. I mean, it's funny when this. Because some people think we're in a recession, some people don't. I don't really have an opinion on that. But when things get back to normal, inflation goes back down, rent is one thing that is not going to go back down.
No, never does.
No. They use these type of incidents to raise it, but then they never take it back. At least food, gas, they kind of have to make it go back because people will notice that more than rent and complain more.
Right.
But as far as rent, yeah, that shit will never go back down unless like the neighborhood goes shitty.
Oh, and internet. Thanks for pointing that out. McCarthy's in the house.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
And he maybe highlight what he said about forgiving student loan. I mean that's a pretty good
Doesn't take
point.
care of the root problem. College costs too much. Yeah, agreed. Like I was watching this story and it's up like 800%, and that's just. I mean, I get it's going to go up a little bit, but I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. It's up way too much, and there are ways you can get free college, like you can join the military, but the military is not for everyone. Not everyone can join it. And I think student loans are. I mean, the fact that they're offering it's good. They, and a lot of people die still owing student loans, right? This is not something. This is not a new problem. This is an American problem that's been around for a really long time, and a lot of people just don't pay it. Here's my question. So you get that point. Let me finish. Let me finish though.
Okay, all right.
So think about this for a second. Like if the student loan forgiveness thing didn't happen, right? What about your life is going to be different now that it is forgiven from when it wasn't? You're going to know you don't owe money, but I mean, even if it wasn't forgiven, most people are still not going to pay it, and a whole lot is still not going to happen to them.
Right. Because there's still going to be a huge balance.
This is still just to me, this is a really, really big, gigantic participation trophy. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. And what I was going to say, like in all fairness, or disclosure, I used to collect on federal student loans, and once you default on a student loan, holy shit, it just gets bad for you.
Yeah.
I mean, these people who are people who've already defaulted on their student loans, are they eligible?
Mm-mm. Well, yeah, I mean,
still in school, are they eligible, or is it people who just left school? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I went to school using my GI Bill, so I don't know anything about the student loans. I didn't have to pay mine back. Thank goodness. I didn't have to take out any student loans. I'd have been hell.
Oh, and Adam, I saw one post. A lady paid her student loans for over 10 years and still owed $8 more. I think he meant 8,000 more than what she's going with.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The interest will kill you. Yeah.
Oh, I know it.
I honestly think like they should get rid of the interest because it's not. They try to use it to make people want to pay back quicker, but you can't pay back what you don't make. And unfortunately, we put this emphasis on a college education that more and more people are going, which has skyrocketed the cost, which makes it more expensive. Right. So there's more student debt. But then when they get out of college, be it whether it's the major that they chose or something like that, they're not able to find a job in their field because there are too little of those jobs available because there are more people going to college and filling those jobs. I mean,
and I would talk to these people, when trying to collect on their loans and stuff, and they're in dire straits. Obviously, if they're at a collection agency, just the interest rates alone were insurmountable. And then what I ended up doing, at my particular agency, it hadn't been done apparently, but I figured out, I found a loophole in, on defaulted student loans. And basically what it was is if the school is willing to forgive the past due interest and late fees, it'll bring the loan current. So that's what I would actually do. I would actually talk to the schools. We had a core group of schools that we would deal with. and I would talk to the schools and get them to waive like all this stuff so we could put the loan back in good standing. And some of these loans had been outstanding for over 10 years, beyond, the amount of time, that they, required to pay it back. Usually it's like, I forget what they call it. Well, no, because they kept paying the timing, they could still, be sued and everything. Because at one point they had made a payment, like 2 months ago or something. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would help these, I shouldn't say kids. I mean, they were, grown adults, and I would help them get their loans current, so they would actually be able to refinance their student loans, and they would end up paying less than what they were supposed to. I mean, it was a great feeling. And then, other agencies in the area started doing the same thing, and it just became a thing. And then the federal government just like took over everything.
If anybody here wants to come up and kind of like talk about even if it's something we talked about earlier, feel free to hit that link. All right, so Chuck, your comment, not everyone needs a college education. Very true. And I think that's a long, hard truth that a lot of people need to understand. I think this is just my opinion. I think as a society, we need to get away from this notion that in order to be successful, you need to go to college. There are so many people that have not gone to college that are very successful.
Oh, yeah.
So many people. I mean, it's not as far-fetched as it may have been in the 60s or 50s or, however far back you want to go. Things are so much different now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like Kenny, my father, I don't know about your parents, my father, he ended up becoming, one of the managers of, NYNEX up here in New England, he had to go into the utilities in Boston like every day and stuff like that, and you know how he started at the phone company? When he was a kid, he got out of high school, needed to get a job, so he got a job working, putting up the lines for the phones on the pole. Yeah. That's how he started.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with working at Circle K or 7-Eleven or Burger King or McDonald's or wherever you work. No one should feel bad for that. You are making a living, you are earning your money, you are paving your way, and with a college education or not, I guarantee you there are people that have been working at a fast food restaurant that have a college degree for years, and they're perfectly happy doing that. And there are people that are doing it that aren't perfectly happy doing it. There's nothing wrong with going in trade schools. I think a lot of people that are going to college need to maybe rethink it and maybe go to a trade school. There will always be a need for electricians, plumbers. You're never going to find a job shortage in those departments, and they make damn good money too.
Oh yeah,
damn good money.
Especially since there's such a shortage of them now.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, yeah, a couple of years ago I would have charged you this, but wow, since I'm the only guy in town, I'm going to charge you that.
All right, so here we go. So John says, I shouldn't have to pay for someone else to go to college. I work 2 jobs and shouldn't have to help pay for someone's PhD. No, you are. That's how I feel too. That's why I'm so not okay with this debt forgiveness bull crap that they're doing. It's stupid. It's another way to them to get money. And then have you heard this talk? There's talk that they want to shut down Social Security, and I'm like, I'm okay with that if that means there's no more Social Security tax. But somehow they'll find a way to keep that, but then not pay it back at the end of your life. You know what I mean? I just have a feeling that they'll find a way to get that money from you anyway, right? No matter who's coming from, they'll find a way. But yeah, we're going to take it away here, but then we're going to add it here, so we're still getting the same amount of money. Maybe we even add a little more so we get more. So I don't trust their plans to get rid of it if they plan to do it. I just don't trust it.
Listen to your Big Mac.
I did not watch their 25th anniversary. I have to check it out. But was it good?
I missed it. And it's interesting, Kenny, too. There's you look at the attitudes of like people who already paid their student loans, or like that last one that you posted, working two jobs to pay their loan while someone else gets a PhD. Oh geez, I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay, well,
but while we were talking about that, you mentioned the SSA and everything, and I mean, I'm on SSDI. I admit it. I mean, if they were to get rid of it, I don't know what I would do, but I'm working, on the ticket to work programs. They allow me to do that, and honestly, because of, I used to feel bad, and so, but then when I saw like all the smiles I was bringing the people at work and stuff,
Mhm.
and it's almost like hey, I thank you for helping me financially. I appreciate it through SSDI, but it's like, wow, I'm making so many people happy, and I don't know, is that worth the money that I've been given over the years? I don't know. I'd like to think so. It, and I'm still going. It's I mean, making somebody happy at the drive-through. I mean, it's amazing, and every single person leaves with a smile.
Right.
I mean, I may be obnoxious and a jerk here,
All right. So, Internet God says, I worked for UPS part time when I was in college. When I graduated, I went full time at UPS. I think it was the best decision I ever made. Man, that's a great job too. Great benefits. I mean, that's a great job. I mean, trade schools and government jobs are great jobs. If you can work for your city or your state, you're going to earn a good living. You're going to get benefits, health benefits for your kids, your family, your wife, your husband, whoever you may have, your Tim Berry, your Vlad Impaler. You're going to find what you need in those type of jobs. So yeah, let's see, what else can we talk about for a little bit here?
Oh! I know what I wanted to mention. They were mentioning about working the two jobs and everything like that, and not feeling good about having to pay for other people. Now, honestly, and this isn't based on like polls or anything like that. I work with and I know a lot of people in the immigrant community.
Mhm.
That's just the way it is, and I got to admit, a lot of them are not happy with the immigration thing. They're like, wait a minute, I did everything the right way to come here. I paid, the fees and everything. I went through the courses, and all that. And these people are just, getting allowed in. And I think what's going to happen, and I think it's going to shock a lot of people come November. I think you're going to find that a lot of the immigrants, who are eligible to vote, they may be mad at the Democrats.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with
I mean,
that.
if I if I'm speaking out of tune or anything, please let me know. But that's just what I'm feeling.
I think I think it's going to be mixed. I think the people that did come here legally are going to feel that way, but then there are going to be those that are a little sympathetic because maybe they have family that had to because for one reason or another, right?
Right.
But the immigration thing is, and I don't understand why it is. I will never understand why it's this big an issue. You would think both sides would want to keep illegal immigrants out, no matter who they are, right? Whether they're Romanian, whether they're, we have legal means for people to come here, seek asylum. We don't deny too many people that try and come in the right way. We are a land of immigrants. We immigrated from England, and all these different places in Africa and wherever, wherever your background is, we immigrated here, and there are ways to get here, and I don't understand why the Democrats are being, especially Biden. Oh, I don't even get it. Like it just makes no sense. And now they're building a wall. They don't want to call it they're building a wall. They say they're fixing the structure. Like fuck you, you're building a wall. Get the fuck out of here with that explanation, right? Shut the fuck up with that. You're building a wall.
Internet God brings up a good point. Democrats were all for building a fence before Trump called it a wall. When Biden was in Senate, there's a video of him.
Yeah. It's just now it seems they switched in this progressive movement. I don't know why the progressive movement, but there's always they're always switching up. Like remember the conservatives, the Republicans. Remember when Reagan was a conservative? I mean, he was a Republican, right? Reagan. What do you think? Like a lot of the ultra conservatives. What do you think they think of? Maybe some of Reagan's policies. They probably think he's a little too left swinging on some of them.
The far left hated him.
Yeah,
they hated him.
I mean, it's like just things happen, and I see people say votes, right? I don't see that because the immigrants can't fucking vote. So that to me that they're
not supposed to.
But they can't, and I'm A-okay with them making you, because you should. I know when I go vote, I have to show my ID. What about you, Tim? If you go and vote, do you have to show your ID?
Yeah.
So,
But you know what the funny thing is, though? It's like, sometimes, I've gone and they haven't asked me for ID. I just have to give them my name and address and stuff. And it's amazing. They just have these, like, booklets of paper with all the streets and all the people, the voters and stuff. And it's so big, you can read it upside down. And it's like, I could have gone back and voted for my neighbors and everything. They wouldn't have even known.
And here's an issue I have with the way voting is done. I don't feel I should have to register with a party to vote. Why can't I get the information from everyone and then come to my own informed decision? Why do I have to? That's why. I get it. I get primaries and things like that. Why can't I say, you know what? I don't want this guy to win in the independent. Let's say the part. Let's just say like this Green Party candidate. If they have a primary, you know what? This chick, she says some weird things about trees. She believes they're goddesses or something. You know what? She's a little too crazy for me. I'm gonna vote for the second Green Party person. You know what I mean? I should be able to go in and vote in any primary that I want to and have my voice heard. And I shouldn't be beholden to, the party that you want me to, vote for in my primary. Fuck that. It should be.
Well, it's like May said in chat, because American politics has gotten too tribal.
Agreed. It is spot on, man. Spot on.
Bingo. So someone send a transcript of this stream to Washington ASAP.
No, they'll just look at me like, "Can we prosecute them?"
They'll be like, "Hey, who's this May person? We should probably sit down and talk."
They'll be like mini horses. Is that some new drug thing?
I know, right?
Is that code for methamphetamines or something? Oh, and this whole the new drug thing, Fentanyl, right? Fentanyl. I think I'm saying
fentanyl.
Fentanyl. Thank you, fentanyl. Man, everyone's making this. They're making this big deal about it during Biden's presidency, right?
Right.
You realize that it was around during Trump's presidency too. It was there. It has been the fentanyl deaths and the way it's been coming to our country has been exponentially going up since like 2016, 2018, 14 or something like that. So I mean, it's not as if this is a completely Biden problem. This is a problem in America for a while.
Yeah, it's not a party problem.
Yeah, it's just a problem we have in our country.
It's just like crack.
And yes, the fact that more illegals are coming in, it is giving the cartel carte blanche to, try and get it in more in. But what kills me when you watch Fox or Newsmax, right? They're like, oh, another bust for fentanyl. They found this many kilos. And it's like, shouldn't y'all be happy they found this? I mean, it's not getting into the country. Why are you bitching? Like, it's
Well,
not
probably
going
because
anywhere.
they had to wait till they got over the line before they could seize it. They were probably like, Mexico, over here.
Yeah. Talked about the Ashley Biden diary being a setup trick to Trump. It was. I don't even know anything about an Ashley Biden diary.
Oh, yeah, May. You know what? I actually heard that the two people who stole it, they actually copped a plea. They admitted it, and they admitted they were paid $40,000 by, I forget the media outlet for the diary.
Wow.
So yeah, I don't know what's in it, but supposedly it was some, it even had her cell phone in it. It's like, come on, guys.
Oh, what about when they hacked Hunter Biden's iCloud? Oh man, all that shit that came out. Man,
Him doing the blow with the hookers.
I mean, Rob, granted, that's probably very embarrassing for him, but that doesn't prove any wrongdoing. It proves that he's a fucking moron and he's a druggie. True. But it doesn't prove anything about his laptop was, or any collusion or anything like that. It just shows that he's a freaky, dumb, druggy motherfucker, which I think everyone knew anyway, right?
Right. Well, unfortunately, the thing is, he had been making claims at the time that he was completely sober. An addict is an addict,
Yeah. Yet another reason I don't like Apple. They're way too easy to hack.
Oh. and Kenny, and I've said this before a few times, and people in the know, who go way back to the origins of Apple, all this hacking and all this virus stuff started after Jobs died. It's almost like programmers and stuff, they had so much respect for Jobs that they wouldn't do anything to Apple computers or products. But the second he died, all of a sudden, viruses started coming up, and different stuff. So, I mean, you talk about the Queen of Canada. Steve Jobs was probably the king of computers or something. I mean, he was worshipped.
Yeah.
Still.
Speaking of Apple phones, I just want to try to change it. And we're still on Apple phones, but so there's a story that Apple iPhone users, Apple forces their users to upgrade a phone through their operating system. They've actually admitted that on older versions of the iPhone, they slow down your service
on purpose.
On purpose, they do it to force you to upgrade. Ain't that some bullshit?
Well, they got fined. They got fined by the FTC for that, didn't they?
Yeah, but come on, man, they're coming out with a new phone every year. Yeah, they're coming out with a new phone every year. I mean, I don't know if people here are into iPhones or get the new iPhone every year. I don't like iPhones. I don't even get the new Google phone or Android or whatever every year. Great, you made a new one. Someone else can get it. Fuck that.
You know what? I'm happy with my $30 phone, to be honest.
Right, I'm good. It works.
I have more memory than an iPhone, so
Oh, isn't that crazy how they're getting better, but the memory keeps shrinking, right?
Oh,
all the files keep getting bigger because they're like, "Oh no, we need HD quality." Like, well, fuck. So you're telling me this 5-minute video now sits on my 8 gigabyte SD card that used to hold a lot of shit on it, but now I can only hold one fucking 5-minute clip.
I know,
it's
right?
So fucking big. Fuck you, right?
Hey, let's listen to the new Britney Elton John song. Then it
right?
comes to the 3-minute mark.
Yeah. Right?
Now that's going to be interesting. Have you heard about that? I know it's not political, but Britney and Elton John are going to do a duet together.
That's cool. I feel bad for Britney.
I do too.
I'm glad she's finally out of that conservatorship, but they did her dirty. They did her so dirty. Oh God.
It's sad that Monday night quarterback or Monday morning quarterback, but it's like, man, she surrounded herself with so many bad people that somebody should have stepped in.
That's right. The S5 will do me good, Cliff. You're right. Still have it, by the way, too, and it's working just fine.
You know what's amazing? I look. I come like from a weird time. It's like my parents and my grandparents. They lived through like the Industrial Revolution and shit like that. And back then it was like everything made in America was made to last forever.
Oh, yeah, like
Made to last forever.
It's funny, like when things started getting fancy, the quality of the product went down. They don't last anymore, right? They degrade faster, things like that. And it's not just foreign products. Even American made products are like that now too. It's like your pair of jeans won't last you as long as they did 10, 15 years ago, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's ridiculous.
God,
it's kind of like a bunch of grumpy old men.
I know, right? That's my Geritol. Yeah. Kenny, true story. In my basement, well, it's not my basement. I mean, per se, I don't own a house, but anyway, in my basement,
so stop saying my basement then.
It's not a dungeon, like Vlad has said. Okay, but well, not this part of the basement that I'm going to talk about. I have my father's old table saw, 1957, and the thing still purrs like a kitten.
Oh wow!
An old Craftsman.
Mm-hmm.
1957, wow. Kenny.
Nice. So I am Poster 7. You can fix that problem. Go on Google and download an emoji keyboard and say, "Ha! Now it does." Take that, and then drop the mic.
Yeah.
So, we were just talking about something.
Internet.
What do you guys think about the whole thing that this country, not just this country, but the whole world, seems to be wanting to switch to electric cars by like 2050? Most countries have already pledged that they're going to, start switching by 2050.
California has already said 2035.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. But you know what this reminds me of, and I'm upset about it. When they fucking made us switch to those fucking horrible light bulbs. What the fuck? The light bulbs that are just so shitty. They're so dim, right? Remember when they made a switch? Oh, I was pissed. I do not like these new light bulbs.
Well, and that caused like a ripple effect too in the growing industry too, if I remember correctly.
It probably did.
Because they were like, wait a minute. The box says that the light bulb is extreme sunlight.
Yeah.
Good God. I have a better light underneath my counter. Jeez.
What do you think the government is going after the Amish farmer for continuing to use old methods? Wait, the government's going after the Amish for what? I'm confused. The government's going after the Amish for something? They're not even using electricity though, right? Yeah, the Amish don't use electricity. So what would the government have to complain about them for? I had to look into that because I don't understand that one.
And not for nothing, the Amish, their building techniques, holy shit. That's impressive.
It is, but how
it would help me at a power drill, I'm sure. But
how safe are they, though? Really, how safe are they? Right. I mean,
well, they secure them jigs really, really good.
Okay.
And they make nice rocking horses too.
Yeah. Amish, man, they're a freak. They're weird. Cool though. I mean, that they're so down with not using electricity and all that. Good for them. I don't think I could do that. I couldn't have been born. If I was born Amish and they let me go on my, what do they call, Ramadan or whatever it is.
Isn't that like the 1 year or something?
I wouldn't have came back. But what? There's this out there? Fuck you. I'm gone.
You mean I can poop on the sidewalk and no one will say anything?
Right? Like,
I ain't going back.
Now imagine what about how bad do you feel like for the Amish that were releasing of Ramadan during COVID?
Oh, that must have
Like,
sucked.
I know, like, there's nothing out here.
Some
not
poor
much
guys.
different.
Some poor guys are like banging on the doors to scores. We want to
Right.
see the chicks.
Right?
Come on.
Alcohol. Must have been horrible.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, it was horrible for all of us, but you know, jeez. Wow, that must have.
Our agents for the FDA turned up last week and fined him $300K and have banned him from farming. 4,000 people
What?
in the food club. There's more to the story there. Let's see.
Oh, come on.
FDA. Let me Google it because that just doesn't make any fucking sense. Let's see. FDA. Let's do FDA Omnish raid.
Yeah, right. Watch, it'll come up Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, Tim. That was Tim Berry, by the way, guys. He works at a McDonald's somewhere. If you want to, find him and, give him a piece of your mind.
I remember one time, it was during the NBA championships, and me and the guy at the drive-thru, he was waiting for his order, and we were talking about the Golden State and the Celtics and stuff. And he's like, yeah, it's been great so far, blah, 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 and I'm like, hey, go Celtics. And, I gave him his food, and I went to give him a fist bump. He raises his fist in the air, and he says, go Golden State. And I yell out, get the hell out of my drive-thru. And my boss heard it. He didn't realize that we had been joking like the whole time. He's like, you can't talk to customers like that, Timothy. No.
Okay, I found it, and I'm going to play it, but the first video that showed up is on Tucker Carlson, and I find it very hard to believe anything that man says, but we're going to play it anyway.
Well, so watch the video.
Yeah, let's watch the video, but yeah, that guy he's out there. Tucker's
Is he crazy, or he's crazy like a fox? I don't know about that guy.
I think he's smart. I think he knows what he's doing.
Intelligent.
I think he knows what he's doing. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, you might not agree with him on certain things, but wow. He does his research. Give him that.
I think he knows what he's doing, definitely. All right, so let me...
I miss his bow tie, though. Remember when he had a bow tie?
Yeah! That's when I first got into him, was when he had his bow tie. And he wasn't as crazy. He's a lot more crazy.
All right, he had more of a sense of humor, too.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, I have to steady myself to listen to him, so give me a minute. Ooh.
Are you sitting down?
I yell at my TV sometimes with some of the shit he says. Just like, you stupid motherfucker. All right, here we go.
Oh, who works for Rebel News? He joins us tonight. Jeremy, thanks so much for coming on. This one story is kind of hard to believe. They're going after an Amish farmer. Who are they exactly?
We have the U.S. Marshal Service recently raided Amos Miller's organic and holistic farm, demanding he cease operations, and they charged him, as you said, with $300,000 of fines, economically crippling the man. And what's happening is you have the armed federal agents are demanding he stop food production because of the meat, and you have him.
Okay, so we already know right away that this is slanted, right? Because I mean, they right now they just kind of gloss over the fact that they find him because of his meat, right? So they're about. I have this feeling that they're going to go off on some tangent when something was wrong with his meat. So I mean,
May was saying in chat. I don't know if you can see. Yes, I guess because he doesn't use fertilizers or something.
Oh, well, then if that's an FDA requirement, then you kind of got to do it, don't you? I mean, you might not agree with it, but in order to sell it, you're going to have to, do what they want you to do. I mean, I agree. I don't agree with everything that the FDA and these people do, but I mean, if I'm going to go into business, I'm going to have to, do what they want me to do, right?
But the thing is, are they actually selling these things like
I don't know. We're going to find
in
out.
like stores,
Don't know.
or are they, because like I've seen like Amish markets and stuff.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah.
Saying, well, you know what? I want to keep farming. So you have this back and forth between the giant empire of the U.S. federal government and this tiny little farm in Birmingham, Pennsylvania.
So they went after gyms, organic farmers, and churches. So maybe they're against anything that's wholesome and edifying that makes you stronger.
See what I'm talking about? I mean,
he sounds like chili, for God's sakes.
I mean, that is just like that is such a jump in logic, right? That is just like he was doing fine, but then he just had to fucking jump it up to 80 fucking miles per hour with the bullshit. Oh God.
And I think Close to 7 has it nailed in the chat. It's because of the disease listeria.
Healthier and in favor of everything that diminishes you and makes you more dependent. I'm just sensing a theme here. Do you see this?
Yeah, and another thing the community says is that they're coming after Amos to set an example. They're coming after an independent, successful farmer who takes out the government middlemen and provides food directly to his community and his people. Now, by taking out the middleman, by taking out the government, you're taking power away and taking leverage away from the government.
That answers the joke. How many Amish does it take to milk a cow?
The community and the farmers
3
and the people.
Yay!
And another thing I'll add is Amos's farm doesn't use any gasoline or any fertilizer. Now, as you know, these commodities have become very expensive because of Biden's policies in regards to the war in Ukraine and Russia. So Amos has completely eliminated any risk coming from the international or domestic politics of the Biden administration. And, they're coming after him for it.
Maybe if he promises to put more chemicals in the milk that turn kids trans, they'll lay off. Did any
Easy, Kenny.
of the
Easy,
federal
Kenny.
marshals decline to raid an Amish organic farm?
I mean, there's no point for that. I mean, that was just
turned it up to 11 on that one.
I mean, really, I get his audience loves that type of shit, and that's why they watch him, right? But to me, it's like, you didn't need to put that in there. I could live without that. That's, yeah. Just tell me the facts. That's
Although, if milk does turn, people trans, that would explain Vlad's issues. What up, bum?
Principle, or do they all just go along with this? Do you know?
All I know is that
that look on his face. I mean, is it just me, or does he have one of the most punchable faces? I mean, he looks like he's looking at this dude who's on his side like he's a fucking idiot, looking at like, you're a fucking dummy. I fucking own you.
Dude, look at the picture of the guy on the other side, though. It happened just because of the way you paused it. Looks like he's wearing like a boxing mouth guard.
Oh, it does.
Like you're ready to climb into a UFC arena.
Yeah, but just the way. Yeah, but the way Tucker always looks at
I know.
It cracks me up. It does.
And but the thing is,
many federal agents did not decline to go and did go along with it and raided the farm and took inventory of Amos's farm to make sure that he doesn't.
Okay, so that's not giving us a whole lot of information, obviously. Which I knew coming from Tucker, we weren't going to get a lot of information. Oh no! I mean, come on, let's be real here. I mean,
I agree.
If I would have got one from CNN, I probably wouldn't get that much information either. I mean, let's just be real. You really have to watch.
I don't know. CNN even covering the story.
Look, I'm looking, and there's not too many. Like, there's a 20-minute video that I do not want to watch, and that's it. Look, there's only two stories, so it's not that big a deal, obviously.
Well, I mean, apparently a lot of people are. I mean, you got to almost give Tucker credit for giving the story credence. True. Based on the fact that you couldn't find it in a search. Now people can ask questions.
Now here's the thing. Like, if there's foul play, if the government is overreaching, then they should stop, and it definitely should be, a mainstream story. But since Tucker is the only one that's covering it, I'm a little skeptical. That's just me. If only one news outlet is covering a story, And but you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll pick up in the next few days, right? And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
Kenny, honest to God, when they said from Rebel News, honest to God, I thought Connie, Mass Troll was gonna pop up because that's his nickname, I guess. Connie's nickname, Rebel News.
So here's the thing: we know he got $300,000 fine, something with the meat. He doesn't use fertilizer. Obviously, there's something wrong with the meat, right? It's not FDA approved or something like that.
Yeah.
Now he's not selling it in the markets. It seems he's just giving it to his community. I don't know if the FDA still would have to approve it in order for him to give it out, regardless of selling it. I don't know any of the laws and rules regarding the FDA when it comes to that, but apparently, I'm assuming there is some because they're involved, right? I mean, there has to be some sort of reasoning for them to get involved. I'll research that some more and try and figure it out. But if there's some bullshit on it, then fuck yeah, they should be called out, right? But yeah, honestly, just watching that, all I know is Tucker Carlson is upset and thinks that milk causes transsexuals, I guess. And
Vlad says there's something wrong with my meat.
Yep.
People wonder why that I killed him.
Yep, he's heir to the Swanson food empire. He is. I learned that just recently too.
Hungry man.
Same issue happened with bird flu back in the day. People were up in arms about killing a bunch of chickens. Good point. All right, I think we're going to end this here. We've been going about 2 hours. Plus, we're losing the audience. I think watching Tucker killed the audience. No, I don't know.
Wow, we got to record this moment. I actually didn't kill a stream. Tucker Carlson did. Woohoo!
All right, so Tim, you got anything last minute to say before we go?
You know what I haven't done in a while, and I think some of the people might remember it. Timmy! So,
okay. All right.
But great, stream, and lots of nice input from the chat, and we learned new things. I'm curious about this Amish farmer now. We have I have a farmers market, basically across the street from me on the weekends. So I might just swing by and see do they have any regulations on them?
Oh, I'm sure they're selling to the public. Yeah, they have to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I would think that would be something, but yeah, I don't know.
Now, I don't know if you got to give it out if there's regulations, but I would think there would be, but who knows?
Yeah, but it was great talking politics, and we didn't have to yell at each other. I think more people, could learn from that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, let's face it, Kenny, you're like that with every guest.
Yep, I tried.
And that's what makes this a safe zone for everybody, right, May?
Right. All right, guys, thank you for joining.
And thank you, Kenny.
It's been a lot of fun. Tim, try not to turn on your live stream sound when you leave this time. Last time you there was an echo when you left because you did something and you turned on the sound on YouTube.
Oh shoot! Oh, is that when I did the ba-da-ba-ba-ba?
I think so. All right, guys. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Good weekend. See you with a new video Monday.
Kenny.
All right,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Peace.
Well, thanks everybody in chat. Thanks again, Kenny.
I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got